So good job on the Kahoot. Let's take a look at your homework here. All right. Yeah, let's do at least 3 together. Yeah. 29. But that one's easier than 35 or 36. We'll do 29 and one of the other ones, but something before that. 13. Yeah, 13 is the worst one. Let's look at that together. Thank you. So excited about trig inverses. All right. They are not okay. Here we go. So how do you do these? This is the toughest one, I believe. Okay. Why can't you do triangles with this? Because well, take a guess first. Which special right triangle is definitely this one? 30, 60, 90 has the radical 3 in it. So we're expecting our answer to have a reference angle of 30 or 60. We'll see. Okay. And then when I think about the old 30, 60, 90. Okay. There ain't no regular 3 up there. Okay, what are you gonna do? Cry? Yes. Yes. No, remember, what's another name for this guy? That's 1 over square root of 3. Now we can draw 2 triangles. Hey, now, where is tangent? Positive or negative? You didn't fall for this. This doesn't mean negative. It means what? Find me angles inverse. Okay. So where is tangent positive? Remember your ASTC. Tangent's positive. A and T. Okay. So you draw 2 triangles. And you put one where? Oh, wow. Opposites 1. Okay, and now it's as plain as the nose on your face. This is the 30, 60, 90 triangle. And what's the missing third side, of course? 2. And I know the second triangle's here. So I try to put the same numbers. They're not wrong, really. But what do I got to do to correct those? Negative and negative. Okay. And that makes sense because positive, positive, or negative, negative, they both end up positive. With me so far. Okay. So now, how about the reference angle? Who that right across from 1? The angle. 30. With me? Okay, so that's the reference angle, 30 degrees. And here we go, finish this. What angle is that? Yikes, 30. And what's this one? 210. 210. So those are your 2 full credit answers. And what did we say? Did you weren't the guys that like the calculus teacher came in to talk to you? I think it was second year. They were saying how much you need to know the units okay, by heart. So let's go. What's 30 radians? Gotta go radians. Pi over 6. And how many 30s do you got here? 7 of them. Okay, so hearken to me again. Okay. This will get you half credit on the test, and the picture will give you the other half. Okay, where did the answers come from? And I need you to either draw two triangles or.
Why was it 30 and not like 60?
Good question, fine question. Because the 30, 60, 90 written right above it, I go across from the one and it says 30. So here I went across from the one and put a 30.
Like, why don't you do like 3 across to 60? Like, why do you choose the one? Or like, why is it one? It's,
Okay, across from the 60 is what? Right, oh, look, it's right at the, yeah. Not a believer, okay. But what if you did this same problem using unit circle? Of course, you'll get the same answers. And don't let me dismiss your question completely here, right? In geometry, okay, where should the smallest angle be across from the smallest side? So 30 is across from the one. And then the big dog, 90 degrees, points to the biggest of the three sides too. And the middle child is 60, and that's √3 instead of √4, wink, and √1. √1. Just giving the corridor some love there. Okay, but yeah, what if you are unit circle person? Okay, where is that? What did we say you had to do for tangent after you turned it into that? What was the trick? You turn this into 1/2 that, and that is, let's see, which one? The top is what letter? Y over X, right? Well, it is O, but for the unit circle, tangent is Y over X. So you were looking on unit circle for this guy. Okay, and that gave you 30 degrees, bang. And then you found it down here as well. So understand, I need a picture. It could be the triangles or could be the unit circle. Won't get harder than that problem right there, ever. Ever. That was as much nastiness as these problems will ever have. It wasn't in the right form. Then you had to do your little trick with the twos. I mean, what the heck? And then you had to know that positive could also have been negative. Okay. Won't get worse than that. Okay. As opposed to, what else did you want to see? Number 9. Oh yeah, you got them. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So the singles, did you want to see any more of the singles before we hit to 29 and 30? We're good? Okay. So the doubles, oh my, the doubles. What the heck? Get that fixed. My finger. All right. Thank you for your interest. 29. Now, I wanted you to learn something when you did 29. It was a trick.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I teach you to do? For a double, start where? Inside or outside? Okay, so you're going to start here by drawing 2 triangles. Where is sign positive? Ran out of ink. Sign is positive. Remember your ASTC. So it's here. Where else? Second. Okay. And just like we did back in December, all right, dimension this triangle. 3 is which side for sign? Opposite and hypotenuse. Okay. Opposite, hypotenuse, opposite. And then you did Pythagorean theorem. You got square root of 7. Somebody told me square root of 7. Okay, what's this one? Negative square root of 7. Good, good, good. Now, what's the last step? You pull that off of both pictures. What sign here? Oh,
Same, it's a 3/4.
3/4. And what sign here? 3/4 is the answer. And why did I call this a trick? Yeah. Anytime, what if I said, here's $5? Oh, give that back to me. What just happened? Nothing happened. Okay, you did the inverse. I did, we did add, we did subtract, we did multiply, we did divide. If you do sine and sine inverse, bang, they just cancel each other out. And this will point to the answer. All right, I want you to do the next 5 problems, and I'm going to give you a half a second for each one. What's 31's answer? Yikes, you see. Okay. I think we got the message. They gave you like 18 problems to, I think we are done with those 6. Finally, I give you one that's an actual problem. Bless you. But this did show you how to do 35 and 36. From now on, though, if you see same thing but opposite, cross them out. Okay. But you pick. I'm not doing both of them. Yeah, maybe I will. 35. How we doing time? Oh, we ain't gonna make it. All right. Start on the inside. Whoops, 1/1. Okay. Where is tangent positive 1? First and third. And I'll speed it up a little bit. That's TOA 1, 1. Oh, what special right triangle has a 1 and a 1 in it? Boom. Okay, so it is 1, 1 square root of 2. And very important, what are the legs on this one? It's not 1, but -1. Because it's going backwards and down. Okay, so everybody cool with that? Last step. Pull cosine off of both picks. All right, what's cosine here? Give me A, give me H. 1 over. No, we need A over H. 1 over square root of 2. And what's cosine down here? The opposite. So I'll let you go plus or minus just to save time and space. Okay. And 36 when we get back. Can't wait. Give me a second. Okay. Take a look, please. 35 and 36. What was the difference?
The inverse is only
Good. This one inverse on the outside, that one inverse on the inside. These are the only 2. Okay, you're gonna get one of each on the test, which is when? Week from yesterday. Okay, instead of a week from tomorrow, it's now a week from yesterday. What, and get snowed out? Heck no. Anyway. All right, we start where, of course, inside. Okay, so if you get this problem on the test, I would expect you to draw me this and go up to pi over 2. What point is there? 0, 1. 90 is the angle. But I need the point because you're going to give me the answer. Cosine's what letter? So what's the X up there? Okay, so you got it. Everything I did in green. Okay, that just turned into a 0. 0, 0. I really wanted to pull that over here. Okay, but now you've got sine inverse of 0. My life. I do. And this is the first problem on the homework sign. That was number one. Right?
Yeah.
Sine inverse of 0. So now I need, you won't believe this, a second picture. And go tell me where is sine 0, which two places? 0. Oh, I gotta label that joint. Okay, and give me, what are those two angles again? 0 and 180, but you know, I need radians too. 0 and not 2 pi, but 1 pi. Okay, so I literally need two pictures and your answers in both degrees and radians, but that really wasn't that tough problem for you. Yeah. Yes.
What do you think about the Trig if we ran 360 and then we-
Good question. Thank you. Okay, is 360 okay? Oops, I put it in the wrong place. Okay, 360 degrees, yeah, what, do you remember what these are called? It's gonna be on final exam. Co-terminal angle. So if you gave me 360 instead of 0, that's fine, but what's the radian for 360? 2 pi. Okay, so don't give me, 360 and 0. Technically, 0 doesn't go with 360. Yeah. Good enough? All right. This was the skill you're gonna need to do today's lesson, the last one of our mini inverse unit. So let's take a look at notes today, solving trig equations. This is 5-3. We in chapter 5 now.
I'm trying to get my image on this, trying to reach the because I just should put 3 days of art school and then 3 days not. It's like you have to, you can't get along with that. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they make me stand up. You do that. I had a kid come back and he said, I'm in the airport now. He's like, I fell asleep, and they made me stand with my feet like this. For like 4 hours. He's like, thanks for waking me up. Didn't want you to have to suffer that someday. All right, solving trig equations, write that down. Do not write this down. Oh. But how did you solve that back in, I don't know, 7th grade? You added 1 and then did what? Divided by 2, and you don't write this down. Got that, okay? You need that skill today, because guess what? It ain't gonna be no 2x minus 1. It's gonna be this. Okay, no worries. You already know how to do it. You're gonna pretend that sine ain't there. Solve it and then put sine back in. Exactly. You brought that skill with you today. Okay, now you can write it down. Okay. In fact, start with 2 sine x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, because this is how problems are going to look like today. So how is this different from last class? You're gonna have to solve it till it looks like this. Now, go to your unit circle where we did this last class. which two spots has sine equal to a half? Okay, so step one, pretend the word ain't there, solve it, put the word back in, and now let's go. All right, yeah, I don't want to draw a triangle, but I could. Okay, where did you find sine positive half? It was 30 and 150. Is everybody okay with that? So here we go again, just like last class. You give me the answers in both degrees and radians. And you show me where those two answers came from. Okay. So see what I'm saying? Last class was the important one. You made that a skill of taking this right here and finding two answers or one answer, however many you got. All right, today, the only difference is you're starting with an equation, which you got to turn into this. Okay, so now you've seen one. Let's do a couple. Do I give them one to try on their own? Sure, let's do one. Okay, you try that. I'll make one up. You try. You want spicy or not so much?
Spicy.
Mild, spicy,
Very mild, very, very mild.
very.
Bell pepper.
Let's see. How about this? Two secant. Yeah, we're spicing this one up. Oh, no, make that a 4. Oh, dummy, that's me. Yeah, I don't know, it's good, you try, I don't know, it's a little spicy. Let's do it, let's do a we try. Okay, step one, who's the troublemaker in this problem? The word secant. The word secant. Let's pretend it's not there. And now be your middle school self, solve for X, and then stop. Well, write X. Good, good. Middle school. And this obviously wasn't the hard part. So what did you do to solve for X? Plus 4. Divide by 2, and you got X equals 2. Now, bring the word back. Okay. And I'm boxing this, I don't know why. It's not the answer, but it's ready to go. Okay. I don't think we did one of these last class. That's unit circle problem. Okay. But what are you looking for? Yeah, instead of secant, who's secant's buddy? So couldn't I turn this like flipperoo? Flip that to cosine and flip this one. Go find me two answers for that guy. Right, because secant is cosine flipped. You got them already. That's why you were on the podium there. Number 5. Again, where is cosine equal to a half? What'd you get? 63? I think so. Okay. So cosine is X. So which point was that? That was. Oh, no, which angle? Degrees.
Oh,
Okay, so the first answer was 60. or pi over 3. And what was it down here? You gotta write this out, and that was 300. Also known as 5 pi over 30. Okay. Not a true U try. I thought that was a good one. All right. Let's mosey on. I think we're ready. Okay. Problem number 2, and it will get a little. Those are the basics. Here comes some special cases. Special case number 1, write this one down. This ain't algebra 2.5 anymore. You guys have ascended the ladder of intelligence. Here you are. Okay. Step 1, solve for x. And you're gonna have to pretend cosine's not there. And this 2 is actually like x squared. So here's what you're now solving. Okay, solve that. I'll bet you dollars to donuts. Nobody can do it. Nobody. Stir it up. Just want to see who can do it. Yep. Get dunk in 7th period. I'll take my donuts. Thank you. Nobody's gonna get this right.
I think I got it.
Simplify.
I think it is.
Oh, you do? All right, what's step 1?
No,
Oh, come on, you got this. Plus what? I thought you said 4. Okay, so plus 1, we're on our way. Now what? Divide by 2, okay. Okay. And what's the last step to get rid of square? Square root. Okay. Why am I waiting? Okay. So now we have what? X equals what? What's square root of 1? 1. Anybody recognize this triangle now?
yeah.
So 45, 45, 90. All right. Is that what you got? Okay, good. It's wrong. All right. What are you supposed to do anytime you take the square root? Oh my goodness. Plus or minus? Yeah, the key to this problem was 4 answers. Because when we put the square root, plus or minus, okay? So if I give you, I don't know, this problem. What are the answers? Plus or minus 2, because we put the radical. Okay, if the radical was already there, then it's just positive 2. Okay, all right. So what did I say? This one will be 4 answers, and here's why. What was the word again? See you. 4 answers, because where is cosine positive? Quadrants 1 and 4, but now we also need cosine negative. It's the other 2. Okay, so this one, put a little star next to the top where you wrote the example or whatever. You put 4 answers. Okay, so give me all 4 of the answers. Go find them. Oh, that's not on there. What are you going to turn this into? So that you can find it on the unit circuit. What's the other name for 1 over radical 2? Square root of 2 over regular 2. Remember that from last class? That was in our notes last class. So where is X? Found it 4 times. Okay. Okay. So name those 4 answers. First quadrant is what? That's 45. Second quadrant, who that? 135. Or third quadrant, 225, and add a plate to each side. How much we got, weightlifters? Yeah, we're repping. 350. Okay, and let's go radian equivalents. Everybody should know 45 is pi over 4, and then how many 45s do we have here? 3, 5, 7. Yeah, now. Hate to call people out, but all right, who's gonna only get half credit on the test because they're gonna get the plus or minus? Yeah, this guy, no, the person who ain't paying attention. Okay, so remember, square root, plus or minus 4 answers. Okay, that was special case number 1
How many?
out of 3.
This is the only picture, but like what's else minus on the. Like cosine X.
Well, remember, it was cosine x, actually, no, it's cosine of x squared equals positive half. And then you did square root. So that's when the plus or minus, it goes with that side. Okay. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. If I know how to count. Okay, special case number 2. Write this one down. Okay. You got this. All right, write this down. Who's the troublemaker? Sign. Sign. Get rid of sign, and what do you really have? X squared minus 2x minus 3. And bells should be ringing in your head. It's factor time. Oh, yes. Oh, come on. Actually, factoring something. Let's go. Nerd out. Let's factor this. Then we'll put the word back in. We got this. I mean, who can't factor that?
Okay.
Yeah, I get you started. I feel bad now. Your X and X.
So, double line, you know, here's.
Oh, it's negative.
Back sign's a negative, yeah. So what's that? What does that mean we're gonna use?
Negative is first.
Negative, positive,
Negative, positive.
all right,
Yeah.
or positive, negative,
Well,
doesn't matter what order you do them in. But you wanna use negative first. For you, I will do that, okay? And back sign minus means you gotta subtract to get the middle number. So what factors, is it 1 minus 3 or 3 minus 1?
Minus
It's no, you need -2.
um,
So it's 1 minus 3, correct? Okay, so that's the factoring which you need to be able to do. We'll be all right, don't cry. Oh. Sorry. He's like, head in the hands, it's like, not that bad. All right, now put the word back in, which was sign. Okay, okay. Now, this is important, this is new. Question before I go? Okay, how about this, before you put the signs in there? What were the 2 answers back in algebra 2? 3 and -1. How did you get those? you just looked at it, I know. But no, what did you really do to get the answer? You took one all by itself and said, what makes it 0? Okay, so guess how you're gonna finish this? You're gonna take each one by itself and set it equal to 0. Let's work over here. We mean in front of. Parentheses.
Yeah.
Ooh. In fact, here's the truth. You don't need the parentheses in. It's just sine minus 3 equals 0. So what is the one step to solve for this one? Plus 3. So now we got sine equals 3 and sine equals -1. All right, you are ready to go. Give me the answer singular for that one off the unit circle. Where does sine equal -1? That was on the Kahoot. 270, that is correct. Okay. So you will write 270 or what rating? 3 pi over 2. Okay. So there's one answer. And I'll need my unit circle with that point labeled. Okay. Now, does anyone know why this isn't going to give us anything? There's 2 reasons. Do you see one?
It's outside the units.
Yeah, it's after. It's on.
True, true. What else? I said there was more than one reason. What's 3 over? 1. What's sine opposite over hypotenuse? Does it look like it can exist if the opposite is bigger than the hypotenuse number? Okay, so this is a fail, and your one and only answer was this guy. Yes, sir.
Would you inverse sine and make it cosine and then? Just
Are you waving a magic wand? Cosine ain't no inverse of sine. They're not even friends.
not cosine.
Cosecant is not an inverse person, but you don't. Stop it. You're acting out. There. All right. Got it? So there's trick number 2. When you have factor and then something is false, okay, doesn't work.
They both be right.
Could they both be like not answer? No
Or
answer?
could they both be like answers without?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, what if this was sine equals 3 and sine equals -3? Like, that can't be. Like you said, it was beyond, if you think about the graph of sine, how high and low did it go? Yeah, it didn't get up to 3, I can tell you that. All right. All right, last stop on our wagon today here. You paid for a full ride here. Back on your pony. No, you got this. You got this, okay? Now, I know what you want to do, get rid of the words, not yet. And worse yet, I know what you want to do. Don't you dare do that. No. Don't you put those together, okay? That's called algebra fraud, and I'll have to turn you in. Instead, let's talk about our weakness as a school. Factoring. Why can't you factor this? Here's what I see. I see this piece plus this piece. What's common to both pieces? That's what comes out. Sine what? Okay, so sine squared is gonna come out front. And what's left? Cosine X, then a plus sign. And don't be like my algebra ones and just leave it like blank. If it's empty now, no, what's the placeholder? Good. Okay. Say again?
Is there an extra X?
No, X just is along for the ride. X doesn't ever separate from the words. Yeah. All right, let's go. It's you try time. Give me all the answers for that side and this side. This time you will get answers both times. And that'll do it for today. I might just leave you a half hour to do your business. Yeah, even though last class was the important one, you picked a good day to be. Every day. No, it is. It's always a great day for pre-calc. Glad you came. Glad he did. This would have been much tougher trying to figure it out at home.
You too.
You got the answers.
No, not yet.
0, 1. I ended up with 2 answers. Because one of them repeated itself. What's square root of 0? Oh, yes, it's up. How many times we gotta say this? The X belongs to sine. It doesn't like cross out or something.
Oh, no, it's allocated. So I did get, I got.
Nice round numbers. You get them both?
Oh, yeah, so this is fine. It's very good, but
I got 2 for the first one. And then the second one, I gotta answer the already. So we don't have to write the same. I got. Yes, so. Back to that square. But. All right, sounds like we're ready. All right, this side. What's the one step to get square root? Okay. Now, even though we put the square root, you don't have to say plus or minus 0. You don't have to. All right, so where's sine 0? Sine's y, I heard. It's. Okay, there's one of them, that's 0. And what's the other one? 180. Also known as what radians? 0 and pi. Okay. Now I go over here one step. How do I make it cosine equals? Okay. Subtract 1. Where's cosine equal to -1? Cosine's x. It's 180 again. How about that? So since it was the same answer we already got, you don't even have to write it. Okay, so these were your answers. And again, make sure I know where they came from and show me that you know how to practice. All right. Perfect, perfect day. All right. There's the bell. We must flop. Perfect, and